Okay, this is the authentication. I have this to authenticate, and there is a lot of NV5 encrypted. I have a lot, but I will talk about it. This is it here. This is the login. Is an authent, and I created a little bit HTML to make it look good, and you couldn't see it. This is it here, and this is the configuration here of the one that linked to the MongoDB, and this is the faculty that if we have a department or the faculty, and we have the users. These are the user. We explain we have password, hash password and check password. This is going to check the password, also the validation of the password with a special character. It is in the utility, and this is it here. We're going to check it if it has a minimum or this. We're going to check it. Some validation, and also we finish with the user. Let's go to the data validation. This is the data validation here. These are the helper, and this is the data validation. For the data validation, we have the first one, which is to save, to validate all this. We have the second one to update, which is the profile is included. If you take a look, the profile is included in it. This is to save, and this is where it checked. And we have this also to check the login in the login malware, to protect it, to protect the router. And if we go into the main, this is the main. You see this imported. This is the element of the HTML, and this is the protect of the route. And let's see it here. This is it here. This is the protect or the route. And if we go further to see section password, okay, authentication element, okay, this is it here, and we already display. Let's take a look at how we protect. Okay, inside the route, that is where it is. Inside the route, let's go to user. This is how we do the data validation here. You can see this data validation. We protect post. The post is this. We protect the post. As you can see here, this is the post. We protect it with the middleware with the validation. And this is the update, the put. We protect it also. As you can see here, it is imported from this file, which we talk about in the middleware here. This is it here. And if we go to the requirement says that config, this is it here. In the MongoDB, let's go to the environment. This is the environment. These are the config for the wicket. As you can see, this is the wicket. This is the core URL to the render in the backend of Google, because it's going to authenticate with Google. This is the client, also with the Google too. These are the API, which you can see here, the Google. This one is the security, also with the Google authentication. This is the security encryption, and this is for the MongoDB, as you can see here. This is for the MongoDB, and this is for the session security. In here, we have all this implemented. Here we have all of them implemented. As you can see here, we have them implemented. Security and all that. And in here too, we call, this is the route, to protect the route. We'll talk about this, and this is when you log out, it reply this message. And we also have this to log in. If you log in, it's gonna direct you to here. If you fail, direct you to here. If you're successful, here, fine. And we have this also to call the HTML. When you log in, let's check. When you log in, it's successful, it's gonna call this element of HTML to make it look beautiful. We're gonna see that. And let's go and explore. This is the database here, nothing inside. As you can see, it is empty. It is empty. This section, it is empty also. Everything is empty. Then we already talked about this, and this is the authentication. We want to face it now. Let's go here. Fine. Let's copy this. Let's bring it down here. This is the Google we created, the file, the encryption we created. These are the keys. These are the keys, as you can see here. These are the URL created. These are the keys here. This is the key. Okay, let's go and explore. Let's go to login. Log in. Okay, as you can see here, this is the login. I told you about this beautiful user interface. I created something for it, which is inside the authentication. Let's do it. Here, I created a beautiful HTML. I just call it and make it beautiful. This is it here. Fine. Let's authenticate. As you can see, automatically authenticate us, and it brought us here with Google authentication. I talked about it last week. Without that, he cannot authenticate us, but with Google, when you test it, you will see it in your own. Okay, now let's check if we have the data. Okay, we don't have the data, and anytime you want to check it directly, you can copy this and paste it here. As you can see, no data. Let's go back, and we have a lot of error validation. We want to post. Before we post, the faculty, or they must belong to faculty, and this is the faculty. Let's go to the faculty. Let's try to get the faculty name, which is technology. Let's check. It belongs to faculty technology. Let's check with the name. This is the faculty belongs to. These are the courses that he can teach. Is a teacher, a role, and a branch is IDO. And this is not the main one. The main one is this. Okay, now this is the user. We have no user. As you can see, we have no user. Once we execute, we have no user. Let's execute and see. Automatically it's telling us it's empty, which you also see here. As you can see, it's empty. Now, I want to create a user. It's empty. I want to create a user. Let's do that. Let's post. This is the post. To create a user is really interesting. Let's go to here. Imagine we have to create a user. Let's imagine we have validation, a lot of validation here. We have this. You have to validate this in the middleware. This is the validation. These are required. You must pass in this before you can able to log in. Okay, imagine that we have Luca. We want to test the password. We remove the @ and we want to execute. It will tell us an error message, which is this: password should contain at least one symbol. As you can see here, it gives us an error. Then if we go back again and make it complete, then we remove, let's say we remove faculty. Let's say we remove faculty and test. Let's see what will happen also. It also throw an error. Faculty name field is required. Remember the error validation we talked about here. You can see error validation in the save, because we want to save. We have is working fine. These are the requirements here. It said it's already authenticated. Then database, yes, feed that it contain more than seven. We will count it. And HTTP request, put and delete. This is what we are performing. Document, this is it here. Swagger is working. And you can see the error validation is working. Anyone you want, but I will just tell you we should undo it so that you can save. Let's save now and see what is going on. Automatically save. You can see it here, already saved. But The profile is empty. That if we want to update, let's check it. As you can see here, but the profile is empty. There's nothing inside the profile. 1, 2, 3, there's nothing announcement. But now we want to update and see what will happen in the update. Let's update and see what will happen in the update. This is the update. Let's go. This is the update validation here. In the update validation, you can see the fact the profile is added. We want to copy and try to make sure everything works fine. Okay, good. Now let's put the name of the user, which is Luca. Let's put Luca, and let's remove this. Okay, let's say that we want to remove the profile. Let's say profile is not included. How do we remove the profile? Let's do it here, because here, if we remove the profile, it automatically look like this. If we remove the profile, it automatically look like this. Let's say we remove the profile and we just want to update only this name here. Let's see what will happen. Okay, let's update and see. It will tell us the profile need to be, the profile feed is required. As you can see here, let's return it back and update everything. Okay, now let's go back and see. Okay, let's delete this from inside. Remember, nothing is updated here. As you can see, it is empty. Nothing is updated. Let's execute and see what is going on. Oh, successful. Good. Okay, now it is successful. How do we know it is successful? We can also check here too. As you can see, you have a data. Let's see what. Oh, you have a student, you have group, you have announcement. I love announcement. Wicked. Fix error and submit personal assignment. Perfect. Let's see what he have also here. In the so group. This is the group, and this is the student of 1 month and the date he started and all that in winter. And if we carry the feed, they say the feed should require 7 in database, at least 7 feed. It is more than 7 feed. It's even much. Let's count 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. I also have other array. This is it here. It's very much 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. It's very plenty. And also this announcement, also these two. And the next is, let's see what is required to. You say the put, we already did the put. The delete, we'll do that. We already used this. The Swagger validation, we did it. As you can see, it is working fine. Error handling is working fine, as we see. And this extra credit, using this because of the Google authentication, it restricts us in a lot. We cannot do much of it. And if we go straight to, this is already update is working fine. Let's close it. Let's delete. I love to use this to delete. And if you go to the database, don't forget the database is working fine. It is created. As you can see, when we expand, you can see here it is working fine. If we go, let's delete. Okay, let's do the try. Let's do this. Let's do Luca. Fine, it is deleted. Let's check if it's deleted. Let's try. Fine, no, but now it is deleted. As you can see here, it is deleted. There's no data. And let's sign out. Let's use our sign out. If we click here, it's already signed out. Fine. And let's see what is going on. Okay, we did not execute the sign out. I was wondering. Execute. Now it is execute. It is sign out. See the message I was telling you about. Goodbye. You have signed out in here. This is it here. And this, just look for sign out. This is it here. Goodbye. You have signed out. As you can see, we protect the route. This is the protect. And let's check if the route is protected. Let's try to refresh and see. Automatically unauthorized. As you can see, it is unauthorized. That means you cannot use it. And I have one thing I always do. Let me clear the history. When I clear the history, I want to see how it shows my authentication here. Okay, let's go back. Let's use log here. Login. Okay, now let's click and see what is going on. It redirects us to here, as you can see. But if you use a new browser, because I have been using this browser, if I take it to a new browser, there is one thing I want you to take a look at. Let me use this browser and test what I want you to see. Yeah. This is what I want you to see. Because I'll be using that browser, I already store it. As you can see, it's telling me BYU, this, week 8, that means I'm using this to authenticate now. With this is what I'm using. This is the URL I'm using to authenticate. The app, this is the app. Okay. I'm gonna request the password. Okay, let me authenticate with my phone because it's telling me to do some validation with my phone. Okay, already done that notification. As you can see, this is what I'm trying to show you. You have to authenticate with your Google account. This is how you can authenticate with your Google account. Without this, you cannot see this application. Thank you. I have to change browser because cookies already been stored in the previous one I used. This is it here. Everything still work fine. You can able to post and do whatever you want to do, and it's working fine. And you can search whatever you want to search, is working fine here also. If I go to the faculty in the database here, pick whatever I do here. Oh, it's gonna already logging out. Let me see here. Oh, let me pick the faculty name, which is this. When I use the browser, I change browser because I'm checking something. I'm trying to, as you can see, it's working. This is the faculty. Everything is working fine. I just want to show how I log in with my Google authentication. Thank you.